Well, the way we communicate online is coming under scrutiny again. This time, the Supreme Court could remove protections for social media companies, forcing places like Instagram and Facebook to start taking legal responsibility for the content on their platforms. Tech experts warn this change could reshape free speech online. Vanessa Masanya takes a look at both sides of this heated debate.
We're in uncharted territory when it comes to the internet and trying to figure out how to navigate it. And a big part of that is Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act. Now, that is under scrutiny right now by the Supreme Court. So I spoke to people who believe Section 230 is a cause of great harm and folks who believe Section 230 is essential for free speech to understand what's really at stake here.
I think this is kind of a place for us to go and contemplate what we're fighting for and honor the people who we're fighting for who aren't with us.
Outside the Lincoln Memorial gather families who have been through loss and mental hardship on a level that no parent should ever experience.
My name is Matthew Bergman. I'm the founding attorney of Social Media Victims Law Center. You know, you have children who are, in many cases, very well-adjusted kids who, unbeknownst to their parents, become exposed to suicidal content online and in many cases take their lives or develop eating disorders or anxiety or are sexually abused.
The families claim they are victims, that their children were delivered harmful content on social media platforms.
So this is Draco. Come here. Yeah, he's saying hi.
20-year-old Alexis Spence is one of them. She says she's been exposed to harmful words and images since she was 12 years old and for nearly half her life has been impacted by a serious mental illness.
I started to see more and more wellness content and models, and then very slowly that wellness content's turned into very harmful content, which kind of formulated an eating disorder. Some of the things that I saw were like fresh cuts, like still bleeding fresh, really graphic content. I mean, sick, malnourished people with like their bones like protruding out of their bodies, and it's awful.
Spence and other families traveled to Washington amid a larger debate over free speech online. The Supreme Court heard two cases in late February, Gonzalez versus Google and Twitter versus Tamna, which question how much responsibility online platforms have for the content they host. Right now, they are protected from lawsuits by a law known as Section 230.
My name is David Green. I'm the Civil Liberties Director and a Senior Staff Attorney at Electronic Frontier Foundation. It's really important to look at 230 as a free speech protection for users.
Green, whose organization supports Section 230, says the law allows for a more open exchange of ideas, since platforms like Facebook and Twitter do not have to worry about legal consequences for controversial material.
The reason that these middlemen companies have legal protection is so that they can serve that function without these really unreasonable risks of liability, where their choice would be to either read all your stuff first or just not publish at all.
Green believes any change to Section 230 could have a negative impact to the overall user experience.
Targeting and recommending information is not like unique to algorithms. I don't know what that leaves us with. Is that just leaves us with a strictly chronological internet, which I don't think is what people want.
This button is my baby boy, Alexander. He was 14 years old when he passed away from fentanyl poisoning. He thought he was getting an oxycodone from a dealer on Snapchat. Alexander had written on his bedroom wall 3 things, and one of them was do uncomfortable work. Our kids are dying in what's supposed to be the safest place, their bedrooms of their own homes. We have a really big problem.
The Supreme Court decision is not expected for months, but it may alter the way we use the internet in the future. These families believe it's time for a change and that there's no reason to protect companies when their platforms are used for the wrong reasons.
I didn't want to feel like I was completely exposed, but then the more I thought about it and the more loss that I saw and the more grief that I saw when it came to the damages around social media and, all the families that are here with us, today, it's comforting, I guess, to be like, oh, no, this is for a reason.
Vanessa Masanya, Scripps News, Washington.